Hey, what's up, guys? I live in East Texas, and it is really hot right now. So, when I mentioned yesterday that I just wanted to be real, I'm gonna be real. I sweat horribly. So, if you see me sweating like a maniac or wiping it off of my forehead, I know that's disgusting. Apologize. It's just the way I am. So anyway, I know my video yesterday was a little bit cheeky. I wasn't trying to make fun of anybody. Certainly wasn't. But it is interesting when you start looking into a lot of these side hustles. There's obviously people that are really successful, and they want everyone else to join in their success most of the time, and want to let you know how much money they're making doing their side business. And so I just wanted to be a little bit poke the bear a little bit. Wasn't intending that to be rude or sound like I wasn't uncharitable, or wasn't charitable rather to anybody out there. So I hope that didn't offend anybody. So I guess the question is, why did I start a trailer rental business? And the honest answer is, well, it's a couple things. One, we obviously live out on some property here, and I don't have to pay any sort of monthly fee to store my trailers, so that was already a little bit of a win for me in my book. That was an expense I didn't have to pay for. The other thing was, kind of needed a trailer because our family has a tractor that needs transportation now and again, and we were already thinking about getting a trailer. So those were two kind of small things. I tell you what I did not start a trailer rental business for was to make lots of money. I'm not saying that you can't do that, so please don't take that away from this video. I think the potential is there, sure. And I think there are already people on YouTube that you can find that are very successful doing it. I started with the idea that it was going to be a side hustle, or a side gig, or a part-time business. It was under no pretense that I was going to start making tons of money from the get-go. So that was not my initial, or not my main motivation for starting trailer rental business. Quite honestly, the main motivation was to have a little bit of extra income to support things that I enjoy doing, like charities, our local church. My parents are getting older, and I would like to support them with some extra income if the Lord wills. So those are kind of the motivations for me. And I think the biggest one was I wanted to have something that I could involve my kids in, if they wanted to be. So they do things like wash the trailers and check the inventory for supplies, things like that. Those were my main motivations. So I don't want you to watch my channel, watch my videos, and think that my motivation here was purely about money. Again, I know there are people that are doing this that are very successful, and I don't want you to take my video as me saying that you cannot be successful doing this and make lots of money. I just don't want you to get the impression from me that that was my motivation for doing this. So I hope that answers that question. You know what? I forgot one other thing. One other motivator for me, and this is actually what pushed me over the edge to actually start. As you know, you probably saw in the news, we had recent flooding in central West Texas in the Hill Country. That was pretty catastrophic. Lots of lives that were lost. When that was happening, I was involved in several Facebook groups or social media groups where people were wanting to help, and there were a lot of people looking for trailers, enclosed trailers, equipment trailers, things like that. They needed heavy machinery, tractors, skid steers, things like that, to be able to move a lot of the debris away so they could search for missing people. And I was already under the impression, like, I kind of wanted to get a trailer to be able to move things around. And when that happened, it kind of, I don't know, they kind of pushed me over the edge. And I was thinking, it would be nice to have something in a time of need where I would be able to help out and do something like that. I would be more than willing to let an organization or a person that was vetted well use a trailer in an emergency situation like that. I don't know. I think that was something that I was a little bit disappointed at the time that I didn't have one to be able to help out, and that was just another part of me saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. So, despite what I just said, I certainly wouldn't have gotten into this business and attempted to do this without the idea of being profitable. So, that's another thing I guess I need to clarify. I hope to be profitable for sure. I want to make money, and I don't want you to think that that's not a motivation at all. It's not my main motivation.